Hello and welcome everybody to episode 86 of the GGG Podcast. I'm Paul, and joining me as always, he's back from his trip, Phil. Or I guess you're not, you weren't on a trip. You were busy working, being a working actor, doing working actor things. Did you have some good time off? Or I guess it wasn't time off, it was working.
It was working. And then the week before that, my dad visited. So it was showing him around LA. I will say I was working for a project. We were playing a game called Frosthaven, which is, if you ever heard of Gloomhaven, similar to that.
Yes.
The live stream playthrough that. It is a hard game with a lot of obscure rules. So I would just say if you like that, maybe go check that out. Otherwise, maybe leave that one in the Steam cart. Listen.
Sounds like you wish you left it in the Steam cart.
I still haven't been paid for the job, so I can't say anything too bad about it. No.
I see. Have you had any time to play games this week, aside from Frosthaven?
I have had some time, and I've spent most of it playing on my Switch 2. That's right, I got a Switch 2. It's great. I was able to nab one from Walmart. I just happened to grab it last second. And it's fun. I got Donkey Kong. I updated Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Mario Kart. I also popped in Pokemon Scarlet, and it plays so much better. Yeah, it's crazy. We'll talk about more of it. It actually works, and it runs at 60. It's crazy. We'll talk about that more at the end.
Yes. For our main topic, when Phil gives us his full Switch review / his thoughts on what he's played of Donkey Kong Bonanza, so that's very exciting. For me, I've been playing some more. I've still been playing No Man's Sky, which has been my game that I've been playing like crazy. So I've been playing No Man's Sky, played some RuneScape Dragon Wilds this morning, which got another update, and they're going to be adding some new features in a month, so I'm very excited about that. And I classically have been playing the finals as well, continuing my Battle Pass slog through that game. But yeah, we got a good show for you today. Lots of little niche releases, got some more Battlefield news. But before we get into all of that, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. And if you're listening to the audio-only version on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, follow us over there as well. Our first major game release this week is sort of a release, but that's just how the gaming industry is nowadays. Grounded 2 Early Access has officially launched on the day we're recording this. Grounded 2 is a very popular survival game, and a lot of people are very excited about this. Its biggest addition over Grounded 1 being that you can ride animals or insects and small creatures as vehicles. There's new combat, new weapons, new things you can do, and ways to manipulate the environment. So a lot of people are checking this out today. Grounded, I am a survival craft, slut, to be fair.
But I was going to say aficionado, but yeah.
Yeah. But I have not played Grounded. It's been a game that I've always been tempted to pick up, and I never have. And I think I might just jump aboard Grounded 2 because it sounds like it's pretty much better in every way. The only thing that's keeping me back a little bit is this early access business. So yeah. What about you? Do you have any experience with Grounded, Phil?
Yeah, I played the first Grounded game, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I was the only person playing it because I came kind of late to the Grounded party, but it was a really fun, wacky. I got the game when it was complete, and it's a fun, wacky sort of Honey I Shrunk the Kids, but on steroids as a survival craft game.
Yeah.
So there's plenty to it. The crafting feels good. Everything that they kind of do, they execute well. I think part of it was just man, this would be more fun to play with people, and I didn't know anybody who was into it at the time, so this might be a good opportunity for us to play Grounded 2. I'm always excited when a game like this is a sequel, because they just took all the stuff that worked about the first one, and that's already in the game, and now they're just doing more, you know?
Yeah,
But
Absolutely. So I'd be down to check it out. I think it's launching at $30 right now. So that's not too steep. I'd be down for that purchase. But next up,
also on Game Pass.
oh, it is on Game. Of course, it's on Game Pass. Why didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I know that? Let's play it for free, sort of. Next up on our major game releases is Wuchang Fallen Feathers. No, this is not Black Myth. I thought this was a Black
Wukong.
Myth. Yes,
Yeah.
I thought it was a Black Myth DLC when I saw this, but no, this is its own separate game. Kind of off to a little bit of a rough start with the release. There are some reviewers that do like the core gameplay, how it's like a slightly easier Dark Souls gameplay. A little bit, but there seems to be a lot of performance issues on different platforms that the developers have promised that they're going to pump out hot fixes and everything like that. But yeah, if you like kind of a classic adventure Dark Souls light type game, then this is probably up your alley. Phil, I didn't even know this game existed until today. Have you heard of this game before?
It is on Game Pass. That's how I found out about it. I looked at it on Game Pass and I was like, should I download that? And then I thought to myself, I don't think I'm in for another Souls-like right now, and I feel like the entire internet's right there with me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the game that's showing the... I mean, not to say that there hasn't been, but I think this is the first game where people are like, oh god, another Souls-like. Like, to me, it's like, okay, another Souls-like.
Right.
And now people are feeling the fatigue. They don't want to play another Souls-like.
Yeah.
They want something new. Or they want a Souls-like done extremely, extremely well.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like this game is exactly that.
Nope.
But, they're experimenting with the form. If they're making it a little bit easier for more people to get into it, great. But it just looks kind of generic to me.
Yes, I agree with that. Maybe if this was more my genre, I would be able to see some uniqueness there, but this game does not align with my tastes, shall we say. But
What?
if you're a fan of Wuchang Fallen Feathers and you really like it, just tell us why, and tell us why we should play it and change our minds. Next up on our major releases is Tales of the Shire. This is the Hobbit survival crafting game. More crafting than survival. Lord of the Rings game that was announced. I think it was announced about 2 years ago. I've been very tentatively curious about this, but I think the Lord of the Rings, the other survival crafting game, Return to Moria, it just left such a bad taste in my mouth that I was like, there's no way that Tales of the Shire is going to be any better. And it sounds like it's really not. It seems very limited and very boring. And after you get into the rhythm of doing all of your chores, there's just not more to do in the game. It seems like it's just about it seems like a really bad Animal Crossing is kind of what it seems like. And very limited in what you can do in the game. And with survival crafting, the whole point of it is you can really just do what you want to do and build what you want to do and focus on what you want to focus on. So it seems
I
a
think
little disappointing.
When I first heard of this game, I got excited because I was like, oh, a Stardew Valley Lord of the Rings game.
Mm-hmm.
And all they had to do, not to say that all they had to do was Stardew Valley, but if they just gave us something like that, there's a lot of farm simulator games, but if they could just emulate a tenth of that charm, the Lord of the Rings property is enough to carry it to success. But it seems like they did something completely different, and that is a bummer because it's just rough to see. It would be so hard to pitch this game, a game about hobbits having a doing a
planting
thing.
Potatoes.
Yeah. It's got no real visual identity. It looks pretty bad. It's tough.
There's a lot of these games that are coming out with really bad graphical engine design, and it's look, when you're creating a survival crafting game or a cozy game at all, it's not that the graphics have to be amazing, but you have to pick an art style and run with it. And I feel like a lot of these art styles that they're picking, they're kind of these half measure looks. where it's like it's cozy and cartoony, but it's not polished at all. The colors aren't vibrant or anything. It's like I always, call back to Valheim, and it's just like Valheim's graphics are not good, but they're very stylized, and they have certain systems that run really, really well that make it look a lot better than the engine it's running. And so people need to figure out how to make cozy games visually appealing. Even Stardew Valley. Like Stardew Valley, complete pixelized game, but very cute. Like the character, like when you're talking to the characters, the bigger pixelized images of them and everything like that. So anyway,
it's all in design. You got to have a really clear design vision. Like the Mario games will look good kind of forever because that's like they're leaning into their limitations and their style.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a good way to frame it. And what's this last game you added for our major releases this week, Phil?
This last game's one I just found called Luto. It is someone has described it as PT meets the Stanley Parable.
Oh my gosh.
It is a horror game. But I think one of the things that's most interesting about it is getting crazy good reviews. I think it's got something I'm trying to look up it's
Metacritic.
Yeah, it's Metacritic, but it's pretty good. Yeah, we have a couple of 100s, a couple of 90s, a couple of 95s.
Wow, what's it
coming in at 84?
I mean, that's still really good for
good.
A game I have not heard of up until this point. So
apparently, it's only like 5 hours long, which is great. So a real quick in and out little horror experience. I just want anything that can give me like PT.
Is this like a $10, $15 game, or what are we talking about here?
I think it's $17.99.
Okay. All right.
So not terrible.
Sure. Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, PT scared the crap out of me when I played it originally. So success. Right on. Well, I'll have to do some research and check that out. All right. So let's get into the news for this week. Last week we talked about Battlefield a little bit and what Battlefield 6 would have to do to get us back. After we recorded, we got the trailer for Battlefield 6. This was specifically just like the campaign trailer, which honestly looked really good. And more than anything, it really seemed to show off the destructibility, which is something that you and I, Phil, have talked about on the podcast several times of like, bring back the destructibility. Me playing the finals, I'm playing the finals and I can destroy all these buildings, but I can't do that in Battlefield 2042. And how ridiculous is that? So
that hurts so much.
Yes, it does. So it looks really destructible. Of course, this was just a trailer and it was focusing on the single player missions. So we really don't have a full scope of what they're going for. But two things to add on to this. One, we're going to be getting a multiplayer trailer this Thursday, I believe, July 31st. So there will be a multiplayer trailer launching, which should be really cool. And there has been a Battlefield leak of immense proportions. So there's lots of stuff that was not supposed to be disclosed, but has been leaked, including all of the multiplayer maps, or at least a good chunk of the multiplayer maps, some of which are remastered maps from Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, and then the majority of the maps, which I think is, there's about 11 original maps that are coming to the game that are based in Cairo, Gibraltar, Tajikistan, Brooklyn, and California. And one of the California maps is actually listed as a Battle Royale map, which I'm not crazy about, but, it's every shooter has to have a Battle Royale mode in it, so whatever. Okay, fine.
It did 3 years ago. Now, they're doing too much.
Yes, indeed. And we also got a list of the campaign missions, and it looks like that the campaign's going to be 9 missions long. So a decently sized campaign, not crazy, but not nothing either. So I am very curious about that. It seems like a good amount of content. I really just need the multiplayer to be good, and I need it to be really a return to form of some older Battlefield games and not what 2042 did. So
Yeah,
I'm off my
feel like-
Battlefield soapbox, Phil. What are your reactions to all of that news?
For me, Battlefield is like it's already kind of got a winning formula. I just feel like it needs to give us what it gave us before, just an updated version of like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
But with something to fix the sort of spawn issues that are kind of notorious in that game, where you get killed, you have to start all the way back over here and run back to the battle. I know it's kind of endemic to the gameplay and how the game works, but it would be cool to figure out something around that. Previous games you could spawn in with your squad, spawn in on certain players.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just need something to sort of like cook up some of that and other issues, but bring back the destruction, bring back some cool weapons, and bring back big multiplayer battles. And I think everyone will get back on board. We're kind of hurting for a good AAA shooter that is not Call of Duty.
Absolutely. I mean, I always felt like Battlefield and Call of Duty were completely different games, even though they are both military shooters. I mean, Call of Duty, is it really a military shooter anymore? But like Battlefield has always gone for a more realistic, way of battle and of war, and so that's been cool. What I really want to see from the multiplayer, just 2 things. One, I don't want any characters like they did in 2042. I don't want to have to pick between 3 different medics who have 3 different. Just let me choose the class medic and allow me to customize my medic. All right,
I got it right there.
Let me figure it out. You sell me the skins, I'll figure it out. Okay, so that's number 1, and then number 2, and this is something I wanted in Battlefield for a very long time. And this is a big ask because I don't have a simple answer for this. It's that I want more organization in the battle. And so that means, and I think they've done this before in previous games, and my memory's a little foggy with the Battlefield games, so I don't know exactly which Battlefield games did it, but I know that other shooters have done this in the past, where it's like, all right, top ranked person in the server, he's giving orders. So he's like, these squads go to command point B and these squads go to command point A, or something like that. And so you have a little bit more organization, and you as the player can have your choice of like, I'm going to ignore my orders, but I would like there to be a little bit more direction, because sometimes I feel like if you're not a hardcore Battlefield player, a lot of Battlefield matches are people just running across the map like crazy and getting killed, and maybe you get the point, maybe you don't. But you never have this organization that you see in the trailers that they put out to make it look really awesome. And so if there's any way that they can incentivize players to sticking to orders in the game through like points and like upping your score on the leaderboard, that's not just getting kills, I am all for that and all about that, because I think that makes for a more fun game.
Honestly, I think it'd be a really cool fix if you got some sort of like either damage or healing boost if you were on mission.
Yeah.
That would be like enough to get people to go do the thing,
Yes. Absolutely. Anything. And this is a complaint I have for most competitive games. We're going to talk about Marvel Rivals in a couple stories from now, and it's just I want that in Marvel Rivals. Like, give people points for healing. Don't just give me a healing total at the end of the game. So yeah. Anyway. Any last Battlefield thoughts before we move on?
No, I'm excited to see more from Battlefield. Seems like we're getting a 2026 release most likely, but
yeah, probably.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of betas that we can get in and get some opinions on here soon.
Yeah, speaking of which, Battlefield Labs, which is their beta program for this game and for Battlefield in general, it seems that they're taking a new wave of players in for testing. So if you do want to sign up and try to play Battlefield 6, most likely this year in beta, you can go ahead and sign up for that on EA's website. Please make sure that you are actually on EA's website, because there have been scam play tests for Battlefield that have been popping up all over the place, especially on Reddit. So, yes, so be very careful of that. All right, next up, we got PlayStation Plus has announced its games for August. The big heavy hitter here is Lies of P as its main game, but we also have DayZ and My Hero 1 Justice 2. Lies of P, this is a great PlayStation Plus game, I think, because this is a game that some people picked up, kind of a little bit of a cult classic now, but I feel like your average gamer is not jumping at Lies of P, and so it makes a lot of sense for this to launch on PlayStation Plus.
I'm a little bit non-plus with this list.
Non-plus.
But that's because two of the games are PS4 games.
Yep.
Which does feel a little crappy if you have a PlayStation 5 like most of us do. Sure, you can play those games. That's great. That's good for everyone.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit of a bummer that we don't have like more PlayStation 5 games on our PlayStation 5s, or at least 2-to-1. It is weird that it is 2-to-1 in the opposite direction. So.
Yeah, and I will note PlayStation Plus does have 3 tiers to it. So this is PlayStation Plus Essential, which I think is the lowest tier. PlayStation Plus Extra does have a lot. It's pretty much like Xbox Game Pass at this point now.
Yeah.
They've been trying to catch up to Xbox Game Pass, and I think they actually are making headway in that category. You can play pretty much all of the PlayStation exclusives on it now. That's how I played Death Stranding Director's Cut on there. So yeah, it's getting better, but yeah, for just the regular PlayStation Essential, Lies of P is really the only game coming this August, to be honest.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we get.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, well then let's just jump forward and talk about some Marvel Rivals before we get into the new Fantastic Four skins and the new team ups and everything like that. Phil, I've been playing significantly less Marvel Rivals. Have you also been playing significantly less Marvel Rivals?
No. See, I feel like last season I kind of fell out.
Okay.
And this season I've dug back in. The addition of Jean Grey was pretty great. The symbiote skins that you can unlock now.
Right.
I'm a big Venom symbiote guy. So there's some pretty cool stuff for me. Jean Grey is a pretty cool new addition, and there's a lot of new team-ups that I like the way that they work out. It encourages people to play new characters.
Well, just dive into that then. So what are some of the team-ups that you like now?
Well, there's a team-up between Johnny Storm and the Thing. Fantastic Four team-up where pretty much, if you've seen a trailer for the Fantastic Four movie, there's a scene where the Human Torch is carrying the Thing and about to throw him at something. And you could do that in the game. You cause a big damage boost. You drop him there, and he stuns everybody, and then you could hit people. It's kind of a cool move to be able to fly in your tank and drop him somewhere.
Right on. And can you pick up the Thing without permission? You just you grab him?
I think he needs to consent, which is good. I'm happy that is the case. Additionally, I think that there's also a really cool Jeff and Venom thing where Jeff allows Venom to have more health, and I think Jeff's damage is up when Venom's on the team. I'm trying to think of what else. There's a Doctor Strange Scarlet Witch one, which I think has been around, but is pretty good.
Yeah, there's the Wolverine Jean Grey one, right?
The Wolverine Jean Grey one is great. It makes at first it made Wolverine 2 playable, and they had to nerf him. But now when when Jean Grey's on the team and he uses his C ability, he starts getting a health back as he's tearing it away from people. So he's just sapping folks for health.
Yeah.
They reduce the amount which that happens, but it's still very, very good. It makes Wolverine extraordinarily playable.
Right on.
So
as it wasn't before.
Yeah, thank God.
Right on. So okay, so
yeah.
you're back in. So you bought the battle pass this season then?
I bought the battle pass. It had a black suit Spider-Man in there, so had to get that.
Had to get that dance.
Had to get that dance. Oh God, it's got the awful Spider-Man 3 Sam Raimi. Peter Parker comes out of the store and hip thrusts dance.
Yep.
But you know what? That's fine. We're okay.
Right on.
There's also a lot of like Phoenix version of characters. So like,
yeah, there's like a Wolverine,
Namor,
Emma Frost.
Yeah,
Namor. Yeah.
Yeah,
right on.
And there's a really cool Adam Warlock skin where he's all in white. So he's the king in white. This new season focuses on Null, who is the king in black. He's like the god of the symbiotes. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff all around.
Right on. Well, yeah, I haven't bought the battle pass yet for this season, just because the symbiote look is not really that super appealing. Like a couple of them are like the Squirrel Girl one is very cool, but it's like I don't play Squirrel Girl, so
Same.
I don't know. What?
The Jeff skin makes him look like an orca whale. Is all I'm saying.
The Jeff skin is probably the one I want the most, honestly.
And it's at the very end of the
exactly. And I was like, and then like I know there's a Groot symbiote skin, which kind of looks cool, but I doled out the dollars for a legendary skin for him in last season. So I need to get back and get the battle pass for this season, but I haven't jumped back in. I've lost some steam, so maybe we need to play that together so I can get back into it.
We've also got some rematch we got to get up to.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
100% true. I want to play rematch more. To be honest, which we didn't talk about.
Very good.
Did you play any rematch these last 2 weeks?
No, I will say people have gotten a lot better at rematch very quickly. So it is kind of it's a tough fight right now, but it's really good. I think their net code still needs a bit of work because I agree. Matches where
where I'm like, I caught that ball as the goalie. No, you didn't. I'm like, I saw the animation on my screen, and then the instant replay happens, and the animation's not there. It's like, that's weird.
Interesting. No, the net code for a game that expressive is so important, and it is not up to snuff.
Yeah,
which is a bummer because it can lead to some really frustrating moments.
Absolutely. And one of my frustrations with that game actually is in trying to get some of my friends to play it. I realized that the game does not have crossplay at all. And so it is something that the company has addressed, and they're going to be adding crossplay this year, but it's most likely about 2 months out from now. And it's just like,
why would that not be in the game? It's so crazy.
I mean, like, again, I think this should have been I get we're playing it on Game Pass, through Game Pass, but I think this should have been a free-to-play, cross-play release. Like, that's how you get a bunch of people playing rematch. So hopefully they can keep updating it and get it up to snuff, but I'm worried that gamers will pass it by if they take too long. But I guess they can always do unlaunch and relaunch like Splitgate did. We talked about that last week. Did you hear about that, Phil?
No.
Yes.
What happened there?
Splitgate 2 officially unlaunched, so that they can. So they're back in beta. You can still play it. It's not Concord.
Oh. It's not just gone forever.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Splitgate 1 servers are coming down as a cost-saving measure, and then they're cutting costs in a number of other ways as well. So,
that's not great.
Yikes! Yes, listen to last week's episode if you want more details. All right, our last story last news story for this episode. So, Warner Brothers is making a new live service. Phil, is this? Are we going to get Multiverses 2? Is that what's happening?
No, it appears to be a DC game. Which is, make of that what you will. Listen, I'm wearing the new Superman shirt today. Oh, there you go. Continue. If you didn't listen, or if you're listening and not watching, I didn't just take a poop. I lifted myself up so that the camera could see my Superman shirt. I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. But I will say I am not excited about this because it seems to be a DC game. James Gunn is working with, I think he confirmed he's working with Rocksteady and NetherRealm to develop new games in the DC universe. So that's probably going to be hopefully another Arkham game, and NetherRealm is most likely another Injustice or Injustice adjacent game. Mm-hmm. But this game, if rumors that I'm hearing are going to be true, is going to be something like a copy of Marvel Rivals. Which would be kind of cool, I guess, but I just doubt their ability to do it well, and like, we don't need another Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I don't want that at all, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I also don't think that the DC characters I don't think that they fit that format as well. And like, look, I like DC, but I kind of like the DC animated. Although I did like Superman. I like Superman. Mm-hmm. But I like the DC animated stuff better than the Marvel animated stuff, and I like the cinematic Marvel stuff more than the DC cinematic stuff.
Yeah.
And I just feel like in Marvel, kind of the format of Marvel is each hero has a power or like a handful of powers. Whereas in DC, each hero like can do a lot of stuff. You know, like, how do you do Green Lantern? Or like, how do you do Superman? Like, you could do it, but it just seems a little silly. It's kind of like Injustice. They have to the fighting game from NetherRealm, they have to do all this story explaining of like, oh, well, we've all taken these super pills so that I can actually fight Superman and be okay. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. They could probably make it work, but Marvel Rivals is already such a copy of Overwatch, blatantly. Mm-hmm. It's like, do we need a copy of a copy? I don't know that we do. And I think that you can make DC games that are fun, that are not just a copy off of something that's already made. Like, I thought DC Universe Online, when it came out, was a pretty cool and fun game. I don't know if I need another one of those, but like, just do something else. Don't do Suicide Squad, you know? Do anything. Yeah. What DC game do you actually want to see? Or are you excited for this?
As like a free to play, a live service?
I guess. It doesn't have to be a live service, though. It doesn't have to be.
Honestly, the only thing that would be kind of cool is like, and they did this already, but like multiverses, but maybe by NetherRealm, like a Mortal Kombat level game where you get characters added to it, but it's a fighting game. Right. Could be really fun. But other than that, I can't really think of a great thing that's not a hero shooter,
right?
Because that's kind of like the perfect fit for superheroes, right? Is look at these characters that can do this thing and have these powers.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I don't.
I mean, I guess Suicide Squad was kind of this, but it's like the Marvel's Avenger game from Square Enix, like launched horribly, absolutely horribly, but. I feel like by the time it ended and they canceled everything, it's kind of like Battlefront, where they updated it so much. I was like, oh, this is fun again. So they could do something like that. I just feel like
that game was consistently fun. But
like, I feel the thing with Suicide Squad was these are characters that I don't want to play, and this is more about being a third-person shooter with some wacky abilities instead of leaning into I'm playing as Batman, and so Batman plays this specific way. I'm playing as Wonder Woman, so Wonder Woman plays a specific way, or Flash plays this specific way. So like, I'd be fine with that where it's just cooperative. You don't have to do PvP. I think that you're missing out on a lot of gamers with the PvP thing in general.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I mean, I think if they could do something that was a Justice League game that was good, I bet if it ends up being a League of Legends copy, I will riot and I will leave.
Well, gaming. I have a prediction that for the Game Awards this year, we will see at least a teaser trailer of Injustice 3.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Because like, I feel like I feel like DC's, James Gunn's DC universe is kicked off really now. We've had some space from Mortal Kombat 1. The Mortal Kombat movies coming around. Mortal Kombat 1, by the way, I picked up the full DC pack. Not DC pack. The full
pack.
The pack that includes like everything. So I have the new campaign. I have like the 12 other characters and everything. Whereas like originally it was $100. I got it for $20 on sale because NetherRealm always drops their prices, and I wait for that moment. Peacemaker's in there. So I feel like NetherRealm has officially switched to working on their next project. And I think it would make a lot of sense if we got a teaser trailer for Injustice pretty soon. So
here's my hope, and I'm predicting it because I want it to exist in the universe. But a Rocksteady with the original team, which I know is going to be hard to do, but a good Rocksteady single player Superman game.
Sure.
And James Gunn pitched this a while ago, where he's like, I want games, and I want movies, and I want like cartoons all in the same universe. So in universe Superman game, where you're playing the first like couple years of him being, or you're playing like the first year of him being Superman, he's figuring out different abilities and powers he has and like his limits.
Yeah.
So that you can actually have Superman with advancement. Would be pretty fun, but that's my dream.
Yeah. Still have the prologue in Smallville. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Somebody save me. All right.
Let's get to the main topic. So, Phil, you miraculously got a Switch 2. You bought Donkey Kong Bonanza. Did you buy any other games for it?
I bought the bundle that came with Mario Kart because I'm not paying $80 or $90 for Mario Kart.
Right.
But $50 seemed about right.
Sure.
And I'll start talking about, I guess, just the Switch's
just like what do you think of the hardware
out of the box?
Yeah.
It was very easy for me to get all of my data off the Switch 1 to the Switch 2. And I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it, but you just sit them next to each other. You have to update your Switch 1, which I had to like get it out of where it was and update it and charge it.
Sure.
But it all did it wirelessly, just boom, boom. It took like maybe 5 minutes to send all my game data, all my games that I own. They're all like the virtual cards are there. That was all very, very easy. The controls, they don't slide back on. They click in, but they magnetize, so it just feels really good. And when they pop out, it feels like you have a little button that just pops right out.
Right.
Its screen is very, very, very good looking. I never owned an OLED Switch, and I never got sort of like the upgrades that had the original. So it does feel like a pretty substantial leap in terms of what the screen looks like, what it can do. The sound is great. It's got an AC plug from the top and from the bottom.
Oh.
So
right
if
on.
You're doing it like in stand mode, the kickstand is a lot better. It's like a whole wide U-shaped thing, so you pop it out, you can plug it in from up top, and you can play Switch 2 with your friends.
Right on.
I think with the sound quality and the picture quality, you actually could play multiplayer like Mario Kart on this thing. The Switch Joy-Cons are a little bit bigger, and
Good.
the sort of like, what's that? Thank goodness.
Yeah. As someone who doesn't have child hands.
as a human adult who plays games. Yeah, but the little thing that you put on top of it to like make L and R function doesn't feel like a little plastic piece of crap. It's like an actual. It feels like an accessory to the system that is meant to be there. Like the buttons feel good, and they feel like they're actively pushing something and not just kind of loose like the old ones did. So as a piece of hardware, really, really great. Same thing when you plug it into the dock, just like the two plugs and your Switch works.
Right.
And do you have anything that you wondered about the Switch? I mean, I feel like it's hard to...
No, I mean, like, the hardware sounds very cool. I guess, like, with the screen looking better and everything, is it running... Like, so, like, for me, when I've watched video of Donkey Kong Bonanza, like, I've commented that it looks a little polygon-y. It's not as smooth and as crisp as, like, this is a new game on a new hardware system. And it's probably just me holding it to the standard of Astrobot from last year, and which is probably not fair. But does that look better when you're actually holding the Switch, like on the Switch's screen, instead of being blown up onto like a TV or a computer monitor?
Honestly, I feel like, at least for Donkey Kong, it looks best being played on TV. Like,
okay,
the transfer is great. I just feel like it is a little bit small for what you're getting in Donkey Kong. And I think it looks good, but my problems with it aren't polygonal or like sort of like the shapes thing. Mine is the draw distance in Donkey Kong. They fade things out that are too far. Common thing, everybody's done that for a long time, but sometimes they fade stuff out that I'm like, that's not that far.
Right.
You shouldn't get rid of that.
Yeah.
And it's really inconsistent as to when it does. But let me talk about Donkey Kong a little bit, and then we can do Super Smash Karts. No, Mario Kart after that. Donkey Kong is a joyful version of Red Faction. Or I was playing it the other day, I was showing it to someone, and so I was like, oh yeah, it's like No Man's Sky. I was like, why? Is it because you're just breaking stuff? You can go to the planet's core. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
The game encourages like really outside of the box thinking, and by that I mean like punching your way outside of puzzles and just going around.
Right.
It's something that they're like, yeah, it works.
Sure. Why not? Yeah.
It's also just got a lot of like joy to it, like when you are around other Donkey Kong, or I guess they're like DKs, like little chimps, and he's the only gorilla. But you can like run up and punch them, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And then later you find some characters that are like made of crystal with 2 eyes, and you can punch them, and they'll like explode apart, and they'll come back together and be like, "Cool, thanks for punching me apart, man. That was great." Like, there's no hint of, "Oh man, Donkey Kong's here and he's wrecking our stuff."
Okay.
Which I feel like needs to be there, because the game encourages you to just like, if you're standing somewhere and you're like, there might be treasure somewhere, you just start pounding the ground and you start making an imprint and like going deeper and deeper and deeper, and you find stuff so crazy. Like you'll just be punching your way through things like, oh, a chest, and this chest leads to a map that leads to a piece of fossil that I need. Donkey Kong also has a really cool move where he claps and like creates a sound wave that like shows you where everything is in the area. Smack? A Hulk smack, and it's like sonar,
right?
Donkey sonar.
Okay.
And it also like brings any gold coins near you. It all just feels very like Super Mario Odyssey.
It just sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a very different take on it, but with the same sort of creative approach to it, where everything you could do with smashing, ripping up a piece of the floor, throwing stuff, breaking stuff, there is some puzzle designed for that. And one of the things that's also interesting is there are different item types. Like there are different stone is harder than mud, but you can throw mud onto stone and make like a little thing to jump off of.
Okay.
And like make a little floor if you want. Donkey Kong can climb everything, so the mobility isn't really a problem. It's just you figuring out, okay, well, I break through this, and I turn into like Super Donkey Kong here. I can break through that, and I just got to do it all quickly. So yeah, it's really, really fun. I think if it doesn't quite beat Astrobot for me, because I feel like Astrobot is just so slick and well put together, and Donkey Kong has a little bit of like, because they let you be so expressive with their puzzles, there is a little bit of jank. Right. And I haven't found anything as good as the shrinking level from Astrobot.
I mean, it's hard pressed. Like we talked about with Astrobot, it's just, if you like fun, you're gonna like that game. So
it's just, it's a straight shot of fun to the veins. But I think Donkey Kong is at least on that same vibe where there's like, you want to do something weird? Freaking go nuts.
Yeah. Right on. Or go bananas.
Okay, hold on. Actually, most important thing about Donkey Kong is you're searching for these crystal bananas, and when you get them, you punch them. And that's how you get skill points that like upgrade your powers and your like ability to punch through certain walls. but every time you do it, there's a little animation where he like jams his fist down and throws his legs up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And Pauline, who you're hanging with, and Pauline is the girl that he abducted in Super Mario versus Donkey Kong because he loves her so much, and she's like a little kid in this that he's protecting.
Uh-huh.
She like pops off and she does this, and he goes, "Ooh, banana," and it feels so good, and I don't know why.
It's not Seth Rogen going "ooh banana."
Sadly, no. I mean, if they brought him out just for this, but
well, right on. It sounds
yeah.
really fun. Even if it's not Astrobot, it still sounds like a really good game. It's been getting great reviews. I think it's like a 91 on Metacritic right now.
Yeah.
So it seems like a very successful. I'm going to call it a launch game because it was close enough to the launch of Switch 2. So, and then you're having fun with Mario Kart, not as new of a game, but yeah.
Yeah, I was a little like cool on Mario Kart at first because I was like, there's no way it's going to be as good as Donkey Kong, and like I think just subconsciously I thought to myself, well, it's the only game for the Switch, so I think everyone was a little cool on it because they're like, this is the only thing we can play.
Right.
Like, it's good, but it's just that. As I've been playing it more, there's a lot of cool features to it, a lot of cool new additions, and Knockout Tour is such a fun way to race. Knockout Tour is like a Grand Prix where you're going through 5 different race courses.
Okay.
But as you do, they'll knock out like from person 25 to 20 gets eliminated from the race, and then from like 25 to 12 gets eliminated from the race. And the whole time you're going on a continuous race course that takes you from like a farm level to a city level to an ice level. And it's nice that it's all just like, that's the world part of it to me, that it's all interconnected, and the way they blend those together is really, really cool. A lot of unlocks are great. You can get Luigi.
Yeah, you get unlocks from eating food or something like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, while you're racing, you'll find like these little drive-thrus, and if you go through them, you'll grab like a little food bag with an ability that will change the way you look. So I've gotten Luigi as a what are those gondola driver. I've gotten him as a farm boy. Mm-hmm. I've gotten a cool leather daddy Yoshi.
What?
So
that sounds a little weird.
Well, it's Nintendo. It's gonna be a little weird.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I do feel like also they keep it alive to where you can come from last to first really, really quickly.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
things can turn on a dime. But because there's 25 players in a race sometimes, if you're like in that 10 area, like 10 to 15 spot, it is just so hard to get ahead because the pack is just throwing so many different abilities at you. You're just getting like
I've heard
spammed.
about that problem, but like apparently like you don't necessarily have to get first to like get a celebration or something like that, or so it's just because there's so many players in the race now, it's really hard. It feels more like Fall Guys kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So
it is kind of, if you don't separate from the pack early, you're kind of just like fighting for your life.
Yeah, constantly. I imagine. Right on. Well,
it also looks great, and you can play as a cow and a fish and a crab. Like they're just looking around the room, being like, you can play as a stapler.
Yeah.
You play as Linda from accounting, and you play as that water cooler.
Yeah,
throw them in the game.
Anything that a Pokemon is based on, and Pokemon are based on a lot of things nowadays. So
Pokemon should be in this game.
Agreed. They should be in that game. Where is just a regular Pikachu? Like, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it sounds like you really are enjoying your Switch 2. I'm happy for you. Happy that you got it, and you will continue to be our Nintendo watchman probably for the foreseeable future, because there's a lot more Nintendo games coming out, like one a month going forward.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
They've decided to ramp up in a smart way. Hopefully, they're like, all right, here's a game. Here's a game. You tired of that? Here's a game.
Yeah.
Also, Pokemon Scarlet runs. It's amazing. It's so cool to play that game.
Doesn't crawl anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't like... yeah, so...
That is great. Still disappointing it never launched like that. But yeah. But
that's too much to expect.
Yes.
That's too much to ask.
And we'll see how the new Pokemon is as well on the Switch too. So, all right.
That's right.
Well, we got to wrap it up there. We are at time. Thank you everyone for listening to episode 86 of the GGG podcast. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel, we really appreciate it. And if you're listening to the audio only version on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, follow us over there as well. We're going to be moving into August. I'm very excited, creeping closer to some big releases like Borderlands and Ghost of Yotei and lots of other really cool games. Are you going to get Borderlands 4, Phil? Have you decided this? Are you on the fence?
I think I've decided that I'm not.
Okay. All right. All right.
Maybe I will. We'll see when it comes out. But I think Metal Gear Solid
Snake Eater, yes.
next month as well.
Yes.
So.
Very, very soon. So that's exciting. Very cool. And of course the wheelchair basketball game for Switch.
That one might be a pass for me. Not sure. I know I'm feeling a little punch drunk because I got the Switch, but I don't think that one's going to make it in.
You don't think you need another game that bad. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, peace out, everybody. Have a good week, and we will see you next time.